Thank you for choosing McDonald's. Will you be using the mobile app today?
No, thank you.
What would you like to order?
Let me get 2 Big Macs, 2 cheeseburgers, and 2 orders of fries.
Alright, your total is $20.72. Pull around to the first window.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, I am so excited that we are about to participate in some Big Mac activities today.
Big Mac, Big Mac, Big Mac, Big Mac.
Why go to McDonald's when you can have McDonald's at home? Today I'm going to be cooking everything that I just ordered at McDonald's using real ingredients, which means my food is going to taste infinitely better than Mickey D's.
Here's all of the ingredients that I'll be using for the Big Mac and cheeseburgers. We're going to need some salt, pepper, and minced onions. The minced onions is what gives McDonald's burgers that signature taste. Now for the Big Mac sauce, we have mayo, ketchup, and this is what gives it that reddish tint. We're also going to need sweet relish, pickles. You gotta have pickles. Worcestershire sauce for that extra flavor. Then we'll top it off with some American cheese. Let's not forget the shredded lettuce. Y'all, 2 of my kids are extremely allergic to sesame seeds, and I seriously debated about getting these buns, but then I thought about it. We order McDonald's all of the time. We get Big Macs, quarter pounders, they all have sesame seeds on them. And so far, nothing has happened. I do have their EpiPens and 911 on standby because what we are not going to do today is go to the hospital. So I'm going to be very extremely careful to not cross-contaminate because, as I said, we do not want any hospital visits today. So if y'all see the paramedic at any point in this video, then y'all know sesame seeds were involved. Now, back to making these burgers. These buns are for the cheeseburgers because, like I said, we are not going to any hospitals today. Here's a look at everything together minus the mustard because I forgot that. I left that out, but you'll see it later on in the video. Okay, so let's rehydrate these onions. I honestly don't have exact measurements, y'all, because I just pour and add things until it tastes right to me. But for this part, you pour your onions in a bowl and then you're gonna add water to it. And then you'll let them soak for up to an hour. So that's why I started this process first. Y'all, I kept looking at this thinking I poured too much water because you can see that water as I stirred. And I don't think it's supposed to look like that. So hopefully the onions will absorb the water, and I'm thinking that's why it has to sit for a while. But you know, either way, it's starting to smell like McDonald's up in here. Okay, so I'm going to season my meat with salt and pepper. But while I'm doing that, y'all, let's talk about this meat. Aldi has the grass-fed beef on sale for $3.99 per pound. Yes, $3.99 per pound. And I caught myself going in there for the sole purpose of getting meat to make these burgers. And y'all already know where this story is headed because when I got back there to that meat section, it was nothing on that shelf. That shelf was clean as a whistle. So when I got to the cashier, she said that every Aldi within the area was out of this beef. And you know, that was a good thing because I was about to go to the next Aldi to see if they had it. So that saved me a trip. But I'm still disappointed that they didn't have this meat because that is my favorite beef to use whenever I'm cooking burgers. So I ended up going to Walmart and getting their beef for a little over $4. I was disappointed, but Walmart had the beef and I got it. So that's what I'm using here. The reason why I roll my meat into balls before flattening it out is to keep track of how many patties that I have and to make sure that I have enough for everybody. So now I'm going to take some parchment paper and get to flattening. And I use parchment paper so that the meat won't stick. There's nothing worse than trying to flatten out your meat only for it to fall apart when you go to pick it up and place it in the skillet. One thing that I noticed about McDonald's meat is that it is thin. It's not chunky like Red Robin or Chili's or Burger King or any other place like that. And I'm sure they do this because it is cost effective, as is most decisions by major corporations. But I'm going to flatten this out as thin as possible because when I cook it, it's going to shrink. One way to test to see if your meat is big enough is by raising the bun over it. If the meat is wider than the bun, then it's flattened out just right. If the meat is smaller than the bun, then you have to do some more flattening because you do not want want a small piece of meat because you know it's going to shrink once you put it in that skillet. There's nothing like using bacon grease to give your meat that hickory smoked bacony flavor. A little bit goes a long way. You don't even need to add bacon to your burger when you cook the meat in bacon grease. Bacon on a Big Mac though, I'm not sure how that would taste. I can see that on a quarter pounder, and I think they even have a bacon quarter pounder. Yeah, I think that's a new option on their menu. So let me give y'all a little ASMR. While my meat is cooking, I'm warming up the oil to make some fries. I really wish that I had a larger skillet so that I could cook more than one patty at a time. A griddle would have been even better because I could have easily cooked about 3 at a time. I added cheese at this point so that the warmth of the patty could melt it before I started putting the burgers together. This is burger number 2, and I'm going to repeat the process until all of the patties are cooked. Y'all already know that McDonald's has the best fries, hands down. I feel like they put crack in those things. But instead of making shoestring fries, I'm cooking Cheddar's brand fries because that is our favorite. Okay, so patty number 2 is done. The cheese is melting, and here is patty number 3. Let's keep this train rolling. When it comes to buttering buns, I'm very particular about how I want mine to be buttered. We can't control the level of burntness when we're ordering out, but one thing for sure is it can be controlled when you cook it yourself. So I don't want any part of my bread to be burnt. I like it nice, fluffy, and buttery. And I'm being very careful with these buns, y'all. This is what it's supposed to look like. This is how I like my buns to look. I'm starting with the ones that don't have sesame seeds because, like I said, we are not going to any hospitals today. Now, what I'm doing to make sure that I don't cross-contaminate is use 2 different pans. And I'm making my kids' burger first so that I don't have to worry about getting sesame seeds on theirs. So these are brioche sesame seed buns that I got from Aldi, and they are extra soft and fluffy. All right, so let's make this Big Mac sauce. And like I said earlier, I don't have exact measurements. I just add until it tastes like the Big Mac sauce to me, which is really pretty much $1,000 dressing. This mustard is what was missing from the ingredients list at the beginning. And I'm just adding a few drops of that, a few drops of Worcestershire sauce, and a spoonful of relish. Now I'm going to mix it all together really well before adding the ketchup. Y'all, I did not know that Walmart sold the secret sauce. I could have shaved so much time off of making these burgers had I known beforehand. But you know, it's always good to experiment in the kitchen because you never know what new flavors you will create by doing so. So McDonald's uses mustard and ketchup on their cheeseburgers, but since my boys like barbecue sauce, I'm adding that to their burgers. And when I spread it around on the buns, I want to make sure that every bite comes with a sauce. I do not like getting to the middle of the burger before I can taste the sauce. Give it to me on the first bite. Since they asked for extra cheese, I'm charging an extra $1. Y'all know how it is when you ask for anything extra on your burger. Now that I've made their burgers, let's start on the Big Macs. Their burgers are on the other side of the kitchen, by the way, because I do not want to take any chances with them getting in contact with these sesame seeds. So let's put this burger together. You pretty much make it in layers by adding the sauce first, then you add your lettuce, top it with cheese, then the bottom patty. I did make 2 of them without melting the cheese on top, but the meat is still hot and it's going to melt that cheese anyway. Then add another bottom bun, add sauce, layer with lettuce, and this time you're going to add 2 pickles and the minced onions. And yes, the onions did absorb the water, so I was relieved to see that. And now I'm adding the meat patty with melted cheese on top and then adding more sauce to the top bun. I'm being very generous with this sauce because I want every bite to have some sauce on it. If y'all could smell my kitchen right now, I mean, it smells like homemade fast food. And there you have it, a Big Mac.
Wow.
So how does it, well, y'all hadn't even tasted it yet, so.
I don't know. It tastes great, actually. That's good.
Is it?
Yeah. I can fit it in my mouth. Because last time I had to go, cheeseburger, that's up. No, it's better.
It was like this.
It's Howling! It's Howling! He likes it. Praise the Lord! Gosh, this is good. Warning, what you're about to witness is thoroughly disgusting. Please fast forward if you are squeamish.
All right, so now I'm gonna try the burger to see what it tastes like. Alright, McDonald's. Tastes just like a Big Mac. So good. The meat is so juicy. The sauce is perfect. I can honestly say that we participated in some Big Mac activities today. So much so, I have the itis, y'all. I ate so much. That burger was too big. It was too much. And yeah, I have the itis. So as soon as I'm done with this, I am taking a much needed nap. Let me know down in the comment section if you've tried to make any type of fast food menu item at home, and let me know how did it turn out. I've done a few. So far I've done the Popeyes chicken sandwich, I've done the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich, and now I can add McDonald's Big Mac and cheeseburgers to the list. I don't know what I'm gonna try next, but I had so much fun doing this. It's gonna be a next time. It is going to be a next time. I just don't know what fast food item I'm going to cook next. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.